Welcome back to Random Rod Shop, folks. Well, in the last video, I ended it with, I'm just gonna cut that rocker panel out and, make it fit the door now that we've got it aligned. But before I do that, we need to dig into the corner. Way back when, I showed you a picture under this. This side isn't near as bad as the other side was, so I'm hoping this one doesn't take as much effort. So I'm gonna get the camera down and I'm gonna show you, I'll just as, refresher, I'm gonna show you what's underneath this thing. And then as first pass, we're gonna cut the top out of that cab mount and just have a look. All right, let's get after it. So you can see that cab mount underneath there. Actually, I guess that's not the cab mount, that's just the back cab brace. So we need to cut that out and see if we can fix it. The good news is it doesn't look like it's near as rusted out as the other side, so hopefully this isn't a 3-week evolution. I've already got the spot welds cut on this back, and let's just get it cleaned up. It doesn't look like there's any rust holes or anything, but it was a pinch weld, and so I busted all the spot welds so we get the dirt out of it, at least give it a chance. And so let's have a look inside. All right, so I just finished cutting this out. Well, that's interesting. Let me get the vacuum cleaner and let's have a look at what we got. Well, let's have a look at this thing again. So, we knew that was rusted out down there. You can kind of feel where you can't see it, but where this metal and this metal overlap, you can kind of feel it swelled on the back side and on the front side here. It doesn't feel like it's really feel like it's swelled past about right here, so I'm going to take and do my best. I'm going to cut this piece out of here so we can see what we got going on. I'm going to have my head down on top of that, so let me get back to you after I get that thing cut out. Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to do like I did on the other side. I'm going to cut this floor pan right at that pinch weld right there and see if I can get under it, and this piece just goes back to about right here. So let me get this cut out of here and let's see what it's going to take to fix this. Alright, so I think I've got the metal out of there. You guys have done this before. Cleaning it up is a whole lot more time consuming than actually welding new metal in. I think I'm going to clean off the bench and get the bender up and running again. I think we might as well, I hit this with a wire brush, so I think we might as well pattern that and go ahead and make the front floorboard too. You guys is paying attention. I forgot to put that hole in on the other side, so that took me a little while to wallow that hole out over there. So we'll try to remember to put the hole back in this one. All right, let me get the brake all cleaned up and get it all situated, and we'll see if we can start making some panels here. All right, well, you saw me make the other side, so I decided to go ahead and, just get that done. Decided to make this one up in 3 pieces. You know, fitting a pre-cut hole is always challenging. And I found a little more rust up here. So that's in. And I went ahead and stuck the front floorboard in. There's no magic there. Right, just cut it out and welded that one in. Pretty much just like the other side. This one was a little bit different because making this jog right here. Right, that's not a straight bend. Those bends are at an angle, so other than working through that wasn't a big deal. I also got the top piece made. This one was a little easier than the other side in that it was I could make it in 2 pieces. It didn't go all the way. It didn't go all the way underneath here. So this sets up here like so. I'm gonna paint the inside of that and drill some holes so we can plug weld that back in. Get this all welded up. All right, I'm gonna set the camera up and I'll get back with you. Just thought I'd bring you back for a second. Just to make a note, I use whatever paint I've got. You know, from the factory, none of these inside braces are actually, and if you can't see it on these old cars, it probably wasn't painted at all. So I use usually have a can of this, you know, Rust-Oleum painting primer, whatever, sitting around, and usually it's black. So if I expose something, I just paint the whole inside of it black. All right, let me get some holes drilled in the other thing. Let me bring it back over here and let's get this thing welded in here. All right, folks. Let me get this welded. I'm gonna have to get inside here and kind of get turned around. So I'll get back with you. Well, all right. Well, I can't say that I'm unhappy about that. I am glad to get the cab almost wrapped up in this. I've still got these little corners here by the windshield, but that's not too bad. And still got the cab corner there. I'm thinking I cleaned that up. That cab corner didn't have much rust on it except right here, so I think I'm gonna just fix that corner right there and put that piece back in there. And probably have to redo this edge right here. So I still have to get the spot welds along that back edge. And I'm still pondering this door. I don't know what I'm going to do. Still have to fill up this. I filled up, you guys that familiar with internationals, the gas cap went in here and went through the cab, and it had an underside tank. So, not sure why they didn't just stick it in the bed, but probably so they wouldn't have to change the dies, the stamping dies for the pickups, because the earlier ones had the gas tank behind the seat. All right. Well, I'm getting pretty happy about this again. This has been a long struggle. You guys have been following along. This easy project turned out to be a lot of rust. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel now. If you have subscribed, man, I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, you know, leave a like, make a comment. I do my best to answer all the comments. Until next time, I'm Random, a Random Rod Shop, and we're out of here.